Okay, I guess is how this works. Let me plug my microphone in. Good morning, everybody. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. So, here's the microphone. Anyway, hi, everybody. Um, this is me going live. See how it goes. Hi, everybody. Okay, so am I supposed to start this by saying something myself? It's like, okay. So I'll say something. Good afternoon. Of course, I mess it up. I'm going to wait a few minutes anyway, just to see if people start to join, because I'm just doing this on the spot, just to see how it went. So what is going on is I have a new deck of cards. Still morning? Good afternoon. Okay, so I'm going to. This is my first time using them. I ordered them because I thought that it would be cool for those who are um, in the twin flame journey, but at the point where they know who their twin is and they're either in union with them in a relationship, because there are a lot of challenges that are going to still go on, because the whole idea is two people working together to ascend and to act as a whole. So what I ran across this deck of cards, one of the readers online. Her name is Christabel Jessica, and she has her own YouTube channel here. She's in Australia, and I ordered these cards straight from her website. She developed these cards herself, and it just appealed to me. So I'm gonna. It's actually not a real unboxing, to be honest, because last night I kept them in my room with me, kind of give me some, become comfortable with the energies, I guess. That's what I was led to do. So I brought them with me to my bedroom, and I think what I'm going to do today is just go through the cards, um, explain them intuitively, and also when I need to, the way the guidebook says, because it's laid out a little differently than a lot of decks. It's an oracle deck, definitely. But the images I've been able to I looked at all of the cards. The images are very interesting. They're very realistic to this day and time. The things that we confront and go through, even though those things are universal. So I'm going to just type this in. Once I end up uploading this is going to be long. So just get ready. Get your popcorn and your hot chocolate and your long, island iced tea, whatever it is that you do, you smoke, drink, whatever, relax, sit back, popcorn, chips. But hi, La Morentina, La Morenita. Hi, La Morenita. I hope I said it right. Thank you for joining me. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to take a look at these cards here live, and we'll see how that goes. I was led to use this deck and possibly in conjunction with this tarot sexual magic at some point. I don't know. Like I said, let's see how it flows. Thank you. All right. Thank you. I'm glad I said it right. Thank you. Please correct. That doesn't mean I'm going to keep saying it right. But okay. Morenisa. Morenita. Okay, okay. I'll mess it up, guaranteed, somewhere along the line. But it won't because I'm doing it, it'll just be just getting old. Okay, let me fix this. Okay, so the name of this Divine Feminine and Masculine Reunited. And thereby Christabel Jessica. Like I said, she has a website um, on the internet, and she has her own YouTube channel here. And she goes into real in-depth readings for the twin flame journey. And those of you who have been watching me know I'm on this journey with y'all. I don't know what the hell I'm doing either. I don't know what I'm doing either, but I am trying to be led by spirit, either to bring these messages to you when it's time and in my daily life, my daily journey. And it is a daily journey. And I had a wonderful journey this past week. And I just feel so much more connected. Speaking of connected. Okay, just La Morendia, can you hear me correctly? Is it coming broken up or anything? Okay, I know other people are here. Hi, everybody. Please, if you're here, just like, all right, so that YouTube sees it as liked. I don't know. We'll see what happens when YouTube sees it as liked. What it's liked. I just started getting the little dollar signs on my videos. Um, Not a lot of income, but I think they're still calculating. They got to be. They got to be. But I think what it is, and once you make at least $100, thank you for helping me. Try to stick with me. Okay, so I think after you make like $100, you get your first check or something like that. I don't know, but it's we'll see. We'll see as it grows, as we grow. But I'm thinking I'm going to do. Let's see how this works with these cards first. So anyway, this is the guidebook that comes with this deck, and these are 44 cards. These are the sizes of the cards, and this is the design on the back of each card is the same, right? The differences are on the fronts of the cards. They're numbered 1 through 11, all of them. So 11, manifestation. 11 is the number for twin flames, okay? So that's consistent with the theme. And then they're broken up into, and I think as the reader, okay, yes, there is a way for me to tell the difference. Excellent. All right. All right. Very good. Okay. So each of the main cards on the back, each of the cards, there's 4 categories, and each of the cards does have a difference. If you look, this card here, even though the drawing is the same, each corner is a different symbol, right? So this corner, this is the male symbol, okay, in each of the corners. And then this one is female symbol in the corners, see? And the backs, that's the only difference, I believe, in the back of those cards. So there are 11 cards for female and 11 cards for male. And then you have 2 other categories. She has 2 other categories, which again have different. This has the sun on the back, I guess. And I think this is your environment. And this, I believe, This has moons on the back. So these are, I believe, the challenges. Let me see what the exact descriptions are. So, okay. So they're goddess cards, God cards, God cards, goddess cards, and shadow and light. So that's what's happening. So this is shadow and this is light. And these are male and these are female. Okay. Very good. Thank you for liking, everyone. So anyway, now, and then like I said, each one is broken down just like the Goddess and Titans deck, I believe, by Stacy DeMarco and Jimmy Manton. But drawings are of everyday people that you and I could relate to, and also energies that we are kind of familiar with in a way. So it's not so I don't believe it's so ancient. Well, some things are anyway. All right, let's go through each card and see what I'll go one from the male, one from the female, and one from the shadow, and one from, that's what I'll do. So let's see what we get. Spirit will show me which cards they want us to learn about today, which situations we need to work on. So I'm going to shuffle for the male energy. See what that is. These cards are all gilded, gold on the side, on each side, beautiful, gilded, right? So these are the male energies, yes. I'll shuffle till they tell me to stop, right? Okay, that was good. All right, so the male energy today, according to this card, is Aries, god of battle. So I would say that those with the masculine energy are gearing up for some kind of a fight. Okay. But it could be fighting for love because in this deck, this Aries is a 6. We know 6 normally talks about love. It could be trying to return to a past love. All right. Or, yeah. Okay. So could be your divine male is working hard to get back to you, get back to the divine feminine. If you're feminine watching, and doesn't have to mean that you're a woman, it just that's your energy. Okay, because there are divine we ebb and flow through energies, and those who are twin flames, coming to understand myself that the whole idea is that we mirror each other and we flow with one another. And sometimes we're fire and sometimes we're water. Sometimes we flow, sometimes we go against the flow. So, all right. And wow, beautiful. Okay, so the energy that came up for the divine feminine today is number 11, Hathor, the goddess of love. Okay, the goddess of love. Number 11. So this is again indicating that you are the divine feminine, that you today, that's how you are carrying yourself. That's how he is viewing you, I would say. So he could be engaging in a battle to get to you because he sees you as his love goddess and he knows that there is a connection. So this card for the male energy, following this card following that, And if I don't know how I could do it, this, I've seen it like this. He's coming towards the feminine. Sorry, y'all. Coming towards the feminine. That's how it is on my table. Right, so I'm holding it up so y'all can see how I see it. So this looks like he is ready to do whatever or fight the fight, or that's what he's trying. He's trying hard. He's trying hard to come towards you. Okay. He's trying hard, and it's not easy. This is difficult. This is not a simple situation for him. Okay. This is not easy. It's not an easy fight. He's fighting with himself too. Fighting with himself, but the situation really is, whatever the situation is pressing upon him, but he is accepting of this connection. You know who you are, divine feminine. You know who you are. And you seem to be comfortable in your position. You're independent, but at the same time, in command of her sexuality, also in command of her compassion and her love. So I'm seeing this as someone who encompasses, who's in touch with not only her sensual, spiritual side, but all aspects of a woman, of femininity, powerfulness, compassion, emotion, spirituality, sensuality. Let's see, that's just me. Okay, so let's see what the book says. Hathor, number 11. And that is the feminine energy. I'm going to go back to the masculine energy. I'm sorry, you guys. I got caught up in that for a moment. Okay. No, this is not a personal reading. This is an unboxing, just Juliet. Thank you for asking and thank you for joining. So I'm just opening up this new box of cards that I got that are called the Divine Feminine and the Masculine Reunited. And they come from Australia. And the person who developed this, CHRISTABEL Jessica, and it's illustrated by Danielle Nicole. All right. They have their own, CHRISTABEL Jessica has her own YouTube channel. Okay. So this is not a personal reading. This is just me unboxing it. And as I'm unboxing it, I'm doing a general reading from it for those people who are on the twin flame journey. They could be in union, which would be wonderful because that's the next phase after all of the other foolishness. And for those who are in, I guess they call it recognition, but you know your twin flame, you're just in separation, separation. So it's past the high stage. Hi, spellbound. Hi. So that's what I'm doing. So as I said, there were 44 cards. They're broken down into 4 different categories: male and the female, the shadow, and the light. Okay, so I'm learning this as I'm unboxing this, and I've already shuffled them. So I've gotten so far male energy, which is Aries, and the female energy, which is Hathor, and I got caught up in Hathor, and I wanted to read it. Okay, so um, again, thanks for coming. Please like, you guys. But I would like to speak to you. Okay, hello. Hathor speaks. How beautiful. That is such a beautiful, um, that's art. That's beautiful. I love the artwork so far. Okay. So I think I need to make that a little higher for you. Let's try this. Thanks for joining me live, you guys. Okay, there we go. There we go. That could be how they stand. All right. So, hey, Thor, number 11. Again, 11 is the number of twin flame. So, you are aware of yourself, of your divinity. Hello, I would like to speak to you today about the liberated feminine with an insatiable appetite for all things of life. Ashe. Have you heard my sister goddesses say in their cards, the feminine has been deeply repressed and stripped of her power? What I would like to speak to you about today is the feminine that is in her power and in a state of allowing her energies to run free. The feminine in her power fully expresses her desires for life unashamedly, a love of food, a love of sex, an appetite for deeply sensual experiences for her own pleasure and the pleasure of her beloved. The wild, sensual woman tapped into her appetite enjoys the present moment with such zest that it's as if she's making love to life itself. She allows herself to feel the pleasure of the thing she loves the most. Every delicious bite of her favorite decadent dessert, the sensuality of moving her body to the rhythm of her favorite songs, the feel of the sun warming her body, the feel of lush green grass under her feet. She enjoys the exquisite sensations of the hot bolt of liquid energy flowing between her and her beloved. She deeply feels the mesmerizing ecstasy of passionate, sacred sex and orgasms. What can you do right now to tap into the love you can feel in such ways every day? Allow your feminine energy to be liberated in the ways that feel right for you. Ashe. And there's a website that you can go and see more about these cards, video descriptions. And her website is www.youtube.com, Jessica Bell Jessica. I guess, okay, it's www.youtube.com/CHRISTABEL, CHRISTABELJESSICA. And she'll have video descriptions of these cards. So, as I felt intuitively, this is talking about you standing in your power, appreciating your power, knowing who you are, all right, um, or in the process of learning who you are, adding more information on a daily basis, and you being very happy with the results. Okay, you don't need anybody's approval. All right, you are open to receiving love and passion. You thrive on it, but it doesn't control you. It doesn't control you, and it's not the only thing about you that's important, but it is the important thing. Your sensuality, your femininity, but your ability to handle the tough things, the ability to find a way to enjoy all of life and to handle all of life with love and in the power of knowing who you are. That's what I got. Let's go back here to Aries, which was the masculine, number 6. 6 is a number that also speaks about love. Okay, it talks about past loves or loves that have been around a long time. Okay, so as I said, the energy that I got when I looked at it is that this is the masculine is gearing up for a hard fight or perhaps um, okay, great. Perhaps he's looking for a way to He's had a lot of hurts. This masculine has experienced a lot of hurts. And he may have hurt some people accidentally. I'm not getting that it's on purpose, but it's something that bothers him. It's something he's not comfortable with, but he did what he had to do, and he will do what he has to do. But he wants to be able to trust that he can put down his guard because he has been battling a long time. He's been fighting a long time, and he doesn't want to fight. He's capable of it. He just wants to be in a place where he can feel equal and safe and respected for what he's done, for the soldier he has been. He's looking for appreciation. He's looking for to be in a place where he can feel like he could put his guard down, but he knows that he needs to still be the protector. He wants to be able to make his home his refuge, where he cannot think about those things that are still bothering him from his past. And he's looking towards movement forward. So let's see what that card is talking about. All right, you guys. Number 6. Okay. Oh, what a. Okay, so let's put Aries up here so he can be seen while he's talking. I'll read what is written and we'll see. Hello, I am present with you today to talk about the segment of the wounded masculine. Okay. All right. As I said, someone who's been hurt. A part of the masculine that warped from his innate inequalities surrounding action and protectiveness. What I'm referring to is the part of the masculine's heart that went to war and has still to return. Due to the rise of religion and war and the fall of consciousness, many battles have been fought, and the subsequent effects have been immense. When the masculine left his feminine at home to go to war, he did so with the intent to protect and serve her and his community. In order to do this, he had to detach from his tender heart. Consequently, he did such a great job of this that a part of his heart is still hardened. So that's that emotional detachment that some of you all may be experiencing with your divine male now that you all are in union and contact. Maybe he's not talking. Maybe he's still crying over spilled milk, huh? All right. Or maybe he's still in fight mode. Consequently, he did such a great job of this that a part of his heart is still hardened. Can you see this occurring around you? As mirrored opposites, again, two halves of the whole, every wounding that the masculine has, the female has a wound to match. The feminine who waited for the masculine to return has had a piece of her nurturing twisted into a sense of desperation. Ashe. Be honest, divine feminine. There's something about the way you felt at the beginning of this journey that has maybe lessened a bit. maybe, and you're aware of it because you're aware of your sensuality, you're in connection with your spirit, and you're afraid of that also. You're afraid that as you all continue to get to know each other and more challenges are coming, you're afraid that you're going to lose more of what you felt at the beginning. That's not what she said in the book. That's me. Okay, let me see. These are the wounds that are prevalent in your time, being pulled up to the surface to be triggered and worked through, and therefore resolved. Know that as you experience these themes, they are presenting themselves to be transmuted. All is in order and all in the highest good for all. Again, so the purpose of this exercise has been to raise the vibration of the universe, of at least of our planet. All right, that's what we're here for. All right, it's not just for the flowers and the wedding. Okay, for real. Some of us will never be um, walking down the aisle and getting married and all that other stuff because this is beyond that. This is not man's laws. This is God's divine union, right? That's what's going on. And there are lessons that we are trying to learn. And so one of the lessons that we learn is that we all hurt, right? And hurt people hurt people. So the divine masculine's message today is that he's in a battle, he's been in a battle, and he's proud of the battle that he has fought, but he wants you to understand that he's been hurt. But divine masculine has to understand also that the divine feminine has been hurt. So part of the journey in union, and even while in separation, is to express that to one another. Talk about the hurt. You don't have to talk about the exact situation, okay? There's a way to talk, to look past the details of the situation and get down to the heart of the matter, right? So, whatever happened before, let's say you were in a karmic relationship, not one that you're in now, just you were at some point in your life, and it did bring you hurt. Something maybe in this relationship with your twin may have triggered you about that past relationship. Now, if you have worked through it while you all were in separation, good. But again, part of it would be to share it with him or her. Okay, so you've healed it, but you can't allow it to sit there as a secret in your soul. You have to share it with him or her, your twin. And again, in return, and with turn, he has to accept it with no judgment. And again, he has to do the same thing. So this is about sharing secrets and unconditional love, right? Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So this part of the journey in separation and in union is to learn about unconditional love. Now, we got that part, I think, while we're going through separation, right? Because after all that you've gone through and you're still hanging in there, I think you got that part. You're getting that part. You're getting that part. And he or she, whoever your partner is, needs to recognize the sacrifice that you made also. So you have to recognize the sacrifices that he made, recognize the hurt, recognize the things that he allowed to happen, recognize the things that you allowed to happen, recognize the things that you missed that you may have given up in order to go on this journey, and vice versa. Everyone's pain is equal. That's the whole idea. And understanding the pain and what the triggers are, and then where is that insecurity really coming from? Because this whole thing is about teaching you about yourself, right? And teaching you about how we work as human beings, all right? Because we're spiritual beings having a human experience. So now we're getting to the nitty gritty of this human experience. What is this hurt and where did it come from on both of your sides? Because these are hurts that you all didn't create for each other, maybe. These are hurts that you experienced apart from the divine masculine, and divine masculine experienced it separately from you. Anyway, Patty's running her mouth again. Okay, so the next part of this deck is your shadow side. All right, so this is an indicator, I imagine, of what is your blockage. Okay, as we were speaking about Hathor's independence, individuality, acceptance of her powers of sensuality, her ability to produce, her ability to make magic, her ability to make things happen. So let's see if we can get a shadow side to help us see what's going on with Aries and Hathor today. Okay, the god of battle and the god of sensuality, the goddess of love. So war, love and war, again, balancing each other out, because Hathor has had pleasures in those, in the time that she has worked on or come to become comfortable with her sensuality and her power. She's had good times and bad times, just not all hurt. And she doesn't need to be afraid or ashamed of recognizing that she enjoyed herself before the two of those you all got together. So you need to own your sexuality, own your sex life, own everything, own whatever you had to do to keep yourself balanced. Okay, the card that came out of the shadow side, boundaries, number 9. Okay, boundaries. Number 9. Number 9 is the voice of the ancestors. Okay, so your spirit guide, your ancestors, your family. So this could talk about issues with family that may be blockage, respecting each other's boundaries while you work through these situations. Using your intuition to tell you what your boundaries are, even if they haven't been spoken of, even if you haven't established them verbally. Using your intuition to establish the boundaries, and also knowing when to put down certain guards. Protecting yourself, protecting your home, protecting your environment. Could also be talking about protecting your secrets. So maybe somebody doesn't want to be upfront about what's been going on in the past while they were in separation. Maybe you're being encouraged, divine feminine, to own your history. Own your history. Again, the divine male had to do some ugly things in the past too, or he may have done some things, had some things done to him that were ugly in the past, as you may have. Okay. And maybe the lesson is that maybe those hurts, and they could have something to do with sex, maybe those hurts you have learned to channel, and he hasn't learned how to channel them. He channels that hurt in anger, and you have learned to channel that energy in love and in the way you love. You just are trying to perfect it. That's that's what it's trying to perfect your sexuality, to accept it and to correct whatever it is that hurt you, to move away from that, so that you're not allowing this hurt, this pain that you may have experienced, to stop you from embracing your sexuality and your sensuality. Whereas the Aries energy here the male energy here is still fighting that battle with himself, because maybe he can't come to terms with what it was and what had happened, and it's such a dark secret. But you are there to help him heal that hurt, to know that you are accepting of him no matter what that was. But you have to be honest with yourself. Can you accept whatever it was, no matter what it was? If it was something out of his control, that's one thing. If he was a child, that's another thing. But what if this is something that he made a choice to do? And in your understanding, your speculation, your whatever it is, you feel that, oh, well, at that age you made that a decision. That's a choice that you made. That could be what you're saying as you stand in your power. And so that he knows this is going to be your reaction, and that may be why he still got his guard up. But he wants to heal the past. So maybe you have to establish some boundary. So, how do you establish a boundary and still express unconditional love? Let's see what the book says. Maybe she's got an answer, because she's been doing this a lot longer than I ever have. Okay, so this is in the shadow side. And the book is broken up into those 4 categories: male, female, shadow, and light. Boundaries. Ooh. Welcome to a crash course in boundaries. Boundaries affect the following areas: material, physical, mental, emotional, sexual love, and spiritual. Your boundaries determine what you allow into your life, your personal space, and the energy field. What treatment you will take from others, what thoughts, values, and opinions you allow into your being. Who else is here? Hi, Juliet. Hi, Michaela. Hi, Romania. Hello. Wow. What time is it in Romania? Okay. Um, What treatment you will take from others, what thoughts, values, and opinions you will allow into your being, what your comfort levels are with sexual activity. Okay. Boundaries are already a part of so many areas of our life without knowing it. We naturally implement boundaries on a daily basis, generally according to our subconscious beliefs. Once we bring our boundaries into our consciousness, everything changes. First, decide what boundaries you want to implement. For example, if your mother interferes in your love life more than you feel is acceptable, then it's time to put a boundary in place to inhibit that behavior. Time for a truth bomb. It isn't the job of others to obey your boundaries, but it's your job to enforce your boundaries. For example, if you're speaking to your mother on the phone and she tries to invade the boundary, exert. Okay. For example, if you're speaking to your mother on the phone and she tries to invade the boundary, exert yourself clearly. I told you not to interfere in my love life. I told you I would no longer tolerate it, and you're persisting, so I'm going to have to hang up. Bring me back when you're ready to move on to another topic. I love you and I don't want this to ruin our relationship, but if this continues, you will push me away, and I don't want that to happen. Okay, so that's an example of establishing a boundaries. And so you can insert any situation, work, sexuality, whatever, into that and express that. Now, again, you can't control how people will react to it. Your mother may, be manipulative, start crying, whatever. Just establish your boundary with her and let her know this is not your playground. But at the same time, don't don't go crying to people about, oh, she did me so wrong or he did me so wrong, and don't expect the people to react. Okay, and that's another thing. If you're going to, you can't have it both ways. If you're going to express yourself and talk about your relationship, and if you're going to give somebody a blow by blow background as it's happening, and the good and the bad and the evil and the whatever, and then now that you're in union, you want to establish and push back at them. That's a little unfair. So the best thing to do is, before you even get into union, is to dial that back, stop talking about it. When they ask, how is she, how is he, they're good, they're good, thank you, they're blessed, amen. I say, move on. Yes, these are like Shango and Oshun. Yes, very good, Spellbound. Thank you very much for reminding us of that. So, this battler, this warrior, Shango, and of course, Hathor would be a road of Oshun. All right, and we see all of this red here also. There may be a little Oya going on in that Oshun energy also. All right, because we do see, again, he's in for battle. So, okay, she's got that red on also, so that could be part of Oya coming into this also. All right, that power, that ability to be magic, that ability to make magic, to make things happen, turn things around. And that maybe is what this part of your journey is, again, helping your partner to turn those things around, to make those things not so dark in the past, or at least know that there's a safe place that they can express themselves and stop putting people in your business. All right, stop complaining to your mother and your sisters and your brothers and everybody else about your partner. Knock it off, because you are just going to make problems for yourself in the long run. Okay, once you're together, if you're keeping positive thoughts that you're going to be together, you don't want your family and your friends to not be down, to not, like your partner. And that's what happens. We've all been guilty of it. We fight, we talk about the person like a dog, And then when we get back with them, our family and our friends are like looking at that person sideways, right? And the person that we with doesn't know why they're being looked at sideways because they didn't know that we had talked about them like a dog like that with these people. So now these people have like a grudge because all they remember is the bad. They don't know that you and him have been working it out other ways. So y'all you've worked past that particular fight, but your friends are still back here like stuck. Like what happened? So start establishing those boundaries. Watch what you say in regards to this relationship, right? Because it will come back to kick you in the butt, maybe sometimes. Okay. So now the light of this. Okay. So maybe this is some healing information. Like I said, this is my first time using these cards also. But this may be the energy. This is the energy establishing boundaries. Okay. Knowing who to trust, know what not to trust, using the tools that you have gained in this journey in your life, all the experiences that you have brought to this relationship here. Okay. Oh, oh, beautiful. Rebirth, number 7. Wow. So this is the light at the core of this. This is what's keeping this going, I think. This is what they're saying. This is something, again, this is a divine partnership. This is going to change you and it's going to change them in positive, freeing, divine ways. This is a creation. This is like the phoenix rising out of the ashes, but this time the two of you are going to be like one. So all of these challenges, you're able to get through them now because you have light. You're coming into the light, right? You both want this rebirth, even if you're not in union, if you're in separation, but if you're in union, definitely. You all both want this, so you all are going to do the work that you need to do. Okay? Yeah. Again, this is love. All this yellow and orange, more ocean, fire, lots of fire. Lots of fire. So I don't know if these cards indicate that type of stuff, but if it does, I would say that you could be dealing with an earth sign or a fire sign. Yeah, earth and fire. That's what I see. So perhaps that's your relationship. Someone who is a earth sign with someone who is a fire sign or has those mm, has those elements in their chart, like rising and Venus. Could be Venus signs. That is a good thing to check for when you're looking at this twin flame journey thing. To look at your ascendant sign, no, I'm sorry, the rising sign, the moon sign, and the Venus sign. Gives you a lot of insight into this person. And also your Mars sign, which is Aries sign too. All right. How do you work through your troubles? Which one of these, we all flow through these different zodiac signs too. All right. You may be one sign, but you will flow through different times of the year, different planetary interactions, whatever. So how do you, what planet rules your war? How do you fight your battles? Find out what those qualities are for each one of those planets, and that may give you some insight into yourself or into your partner in terms of the way they handle opposition, the way they handle confrontations. So let's see what rebirth is. Congratulations. You're being ushered into a brand new phase of your life as a brand new version of your former self. Being born can be a painful experience, just like a baby exiting the warm, comforting womb, entering the world in the haze of confusion, screaming her way into the new. You may feel like you have been in a period of the old dying off. So you may have gone through a transition, or you are experiencing some type of transition. Something is being removed so that something can be added, or some habit is being ended in order to free your aura or your time or your energy or your environment of this negativity so that you can fill it up with something better. So it could be an addiction that you are walking away from or getting help from. Getting help for. Okay. You may have had a dark night of the soul. Literally gestating yourself. In other words, you were giving birth to yourself. All that you have been going through are labor pains, just as if you were actually giving birth to a baby. And it's not just the feminines, it's both of you, because this is the energy for both of you. All right? Boundaries and rebirth. So this could be your relationship starting anew after boundaries are, established. Could be establishing boundaries with the past. All right. If there are people, karmics that you needed to walk away from, this is about establishing boundaries about that. Because if there are reasons for there to be still connections because of family, children, and stuff like that, that's another challenge that you're going to have to work on. How do you work on it now with this new you? This is going to be different from how you would have worked on it maybe 7 or 8 years ago. Okay. So you're now ready to pull yourself out of the ashes of the former you and open your eyes with fresh wisdom and perspectives. Once you are ready, the fiery, regenerating energy of rebirth will sweep through your field, getting you prepared for new and exciting things, helping you to become the person that you need to be, to make the dreams you intend to create a possibility. Can you feel it coming? With one chapter of your life closed, you are turning a fresh new page of the book of your life, a brand new chapter as a brand new version of you. You are entering a spring phase of your life, ready to grow a new harvest. What are you going to create? What are you going to grow? What action steps are you ready to take? Okay, so what are you willing to rid yourself of? What are the challenges? What's the roadblocks towards this? And what are you willing to do now with your new consciousness? Okay, your new power, your new power, being in touch with both your feminine and masculine energies, ready to start something new, a rebirth, a new you, a new relationship, a new higher spiritual way of dealing with things, acknowledging everybody's pain, and nobody's pain is deeper than the others. Every pain, for every pain that you have had. It may not be equal at the same time, but in your lives, in your past lives, you have experienced this and something similar, and you have hurt as bad, if not worse, than you or your partner are hurting now. So in you somewhere, you know this, you felt this pain before. The pain that your partner is feeling, the pain that your partner does not want to reveal to you. The things that you may have had to do, the places that you may have to have gone, the times that you may have had to fight your battle all by yourself. What you learned from it, and also the resentment maybe that you are holding, not just towards your masculine. You're gonna hold on to your crown while you work on it. You are gonna hold on to your crown, and you don't have to take it off. This is an 11. You're already there. You are ready. You have reached that. If this is resonating with you, you're drawn to this reading, this is an unboxing. And this person, this masculine energy is ready to do the battle too. He's willing and ready to make those changes to come towards this healing that he knows that you have. Okay? He's willing to come. He is coming. He doesn't know what's going to await him when he gets there, but that's part of being a soldier, right? But he may come camouflaged. He may still have on some of his armor, but you'll be okay. He may still have some boundaries that he is not willing to open with you as yet, as you may not with him. But once you all establish these boundaries, once you all start to be more accepting of one another, and this and honoring what you all have both gone through, then you will have done what it is that you need to do for this lesson, for this part of the lesson. We don't know what other lessons they're going to be, but this is establishing that you all can rely on each other, that you understand each other, that you're working for this rebirth, that you're working towards this happy ending, because that's what this would be, right? It even could talk about rest after working so hard. Okay, maybe a vacation that you all need to go on to renew your energy. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Could be saying that you all need to do something fun and freeing, do something passionate. Go on vacation somewhere that's nice and sunny and hot. Let your hair down. Be free. And also, like I said, establishing boundaries not only with one another, but with those people around you, no matter who they are, family, friends, your kids, your job. All right, let's see what we're going to get from the wisdom of the hidden realms. Okay. Number two. Twos are, again, indication of love, right? It could be indication, again, of a twin flame journey. And this is the high lord of gratitude and service, selflessness, humility, conscious action. So this is what this is leading you towards. This is how you get to this rebirth. Selflessness, humility, and taking conscious action. So again, working on yourself. being grateful, showing gratitude to the ancestors, showing gratitude to your divine team, okay? To God, to the creator, whoever it is that you hold in that position in your life, okay, whoever you go to, whoever you rely on, whoever you know who's been helping you, whether they come into you in dreams or they come into you in synchronicities or they're just taking care of business. You see the light at the end of the tunnel. Understand that this journey is not just for the roses and the unicorns and the rainbows. This is about service to your community, unselfish service to the community, taking actions in support of the community, of the collective. Okay. Thank you guys for liking. Oh, very nice. Okay, so there's 8 in here and I got 8 likes. That's good. Thank you all. So, the High Lord of Gratitude and Service. Number 2, let's see. That may be the answer to help us with this lesson. The High Lord of Gratitude and Service has arrived to help you find your true purpose today. Feeling gratitude for each moment you experience and loving it and what it is and what has been will remind you that every breath you take holds a deep and profound awareness. Through small actions and selfless service to another, you're automatically placed upon your highest path, whether you're immediately aware of it or not. The presence of this ally lets you know that you're on the correct path to fulfilling your desires. You're also notified that your actions of service and attitude of gratitude will yield riches beyond your wildest dreams, as long as those riches aren't the goal you have in mind. Giving service with no thought of return is what's required of you today. This would also be a good time to write a list reminding yourself of all the things in your life and the world around you that you have to be grateful for. If your question refers to a relationship, let gratitude be your guide. Be thankful for all you learned from this person. Truly, there are no friends and no enemies, just teachers along life's journey. Be grateful for the laughter and even for the tears. The attitude of gratitude is a magnet for love in all forms. Ashe. Ashe. When the High Lord of Gratitude and Service comes to challenge you, he signals a need for deep self inventory. Ask yourself if your desires are driving you to become more self serving. Have you forgotten to help others? Are you so focused on arriving at your goal or your destination that you become isolated from the ones who care about you? Do your ambitions relate to making yourself special, apart from others, or better than they are? Have you become competitive or envious or driven? The high load of gratitude and service challenges you to accept a gentle gift in the form of a new perception of wealth and ambition. There is an ancient saying scrawled on an old stone wall: true ambition is not what you believe it to be. No focus on winning a jeweled prize, no amount of pomp and circumstance will achieve true prosperity. True ambition is a deep desire to live usefully and walk humbly under the grace of the divine in service to all. You can also apply this to relationships. The impulse to have your own way or to control how things will be serves only to push away the one you love. It creates an energy block that repels your desired income so that it's far out of your reach. Let go and let the divine lead you to the highest outcome. Let go and let God lead you to the highest outcome. In a tiny, still moment of surrender, miracles are born. When you shift your perception in alignment with this High Lord, success will indeed be yours. Ashe. Ask that divine order be established in this relationship. Be grateful for the lessons. Be grateful for the journey. Send strength and healing to your partner and even to those around him, even the karmic. Hey, we want the karmic to be happy. That way they won't come back and bother us, right? Heck yeah. Think about it. If your karmic is busy with harassing somebody else's life, they ain't got time to be harassing yours. And maybe they'll learn not to harass other people's lives by going through this relationship too. Because everybody involved in this, and we're all in this thing together, lessons to be learned, It just depends on how interested you are in learning the lesson and where the next phase takes you. But if you can relate to this reading or this unboxing, the energies that we've gotten so far, then I guess this reading was for you. All right? Gratitude, service, humility, taking action. You'll feel a difference. I know. I just kind of had an experience sort of like this past week. I was, doing what I do, answering comments on the videos and stuff, and checking my Twitter feed from the Conscious Spirit Oracle, number 17, which is an 8, heart chakra. I love myself and others unconditionally and nurture loving relationships again. Establishing an unconditional love for those around you, including your partner. And like I said, including maybe the karmics. Yes, including the karmics. Sending love, sending light, sending healing to these people. So that, and also to send healing to yourself for those dark places that you've been going through. Work on healing yourself so that when you do get with your partner, you're not bringing a lot of the tension and the tears with it. You might still cry, but maybe you'll cry a little less if you cry a little bit by yourself first and heal yourself and allow yourself to feel all of it and hurt from all of it and get through all of it as much as you can, but feel some of it. It goes for both the energies. Could also be talking about your divine male, maybe actually a soldier. He may be away. And that's the boundary. But sending him that light, sending him your energy, sending him positive affirmations, you keeping him in your thoughts and in your prayers for protection. Nurture him through his day, even though you don't know what's going on. You all are in, if you have telepathic connections with your partner and they're separated from you and you know that they're going through something, they're working hard, they have work they have to submit, something that they're working on, a relationship that they're trying to end, uh, uh, a trek they're trying to make to come join you. Mm. Separated by water, separated by land, by boundaries, by borders. whatever the separation is. Love yourself through it. All right. Nurture kind relationships with your divine partner and with the people around you. Okay. As you do your service. So I was watching this movie that was in my Twitter feed called, and it came up, it's called Daughters of the Dust. And I'd never seen it before. I heard about it for many years. And so this was a re-release of that video. Somehow it got onto my Twitter feed. And I said, you know what? I've always said I was going to watch this and I never had a chance to. Let's do it this day. This day. Let me do it this morning. Okay. So I watched it. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness, my God. All these downloads I started to get, I was like fascinated in just there with it. Watched it. I gave thanks to my Agun for allowing me the opportunity to see that. I had a new pep in my step. I was just like, wow, I understand what this is about. I know what I'm doing now. I know why I'm doing this. That this is something that has to be done on behalf of my ancestors, on behalf of my family going forward. This is how we keep our traditions going. This is how we will keep our history, the history of the Igbo people, the story of these slaves, these people who were enslaved and were brought to the shores of South Carolina. And instead of going and allowing themselves to be sold into slavery, these people, they say they're Igbo, with the chains on. Their leader, their chief was with them, and he started to pray and said that the water brought him and the water will take him back home in their language. And he started to walk towards the ocean, and they all walked with him out into the sea, out into the ocean, because they weren't going to allow themselves to suffer this hurt, to suffer this enslavement. The bravery, and this was like like more than 100 people that with their chains on, so you know that's adding extra weight to you if you're in the water, and they just kept walking and walking until they submerged. Those who died in the Middle Passage. The bravery of those people. But that story needs to be kept alive. And now those traditions of the ones who stayed, those people who can tell about the history of those who stood up for themselves, who loved themselves. So we need to know that. And I need to know that so that I can make sure that my daughter and my granddaughter knows it. So my daughter's daughter can tell her granddaughter and so on and so on. That's how we remain strong as a people and as a family. So I was chosen for this for whatever reason. For whatever reason. These cards are the Love Oracle, and they are by, I don't even know. Love Oracle, Tony Carmine Salerno. Only time will tell. Ashe. Freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. Hmm? Freedom. rebirth, new growth, forward movement, forward movement. Ashe. When I tell you I felt so good after that movie, and it just was like a renewal, and there were so many synchronicities to go into. Now I'll be here with you all day. But hi, Katrilla. Finally, yes. How are you? um, these are new cards. You didn't. I haven't done this live thing in a long time. This is my first time, I think, doing it using this new computer that I got. Um, the the history and the information that I got from that movie, I just was like, oh, and it just took me to a whole nother space in my spiritual self. Well, it's like you know something, but then this is confirming that you know what you know. And it was like, I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what anybody thinks. I am going to own this, who I am, because this is an honor. I'm grateful. I'm honored that my that the creator and my ancestors have such faith in me. And I'm going to do my darnest, my best to do what I'm supposed to do to fulfill whatever this mission is for as long as I have breath in my body to do so. Ashe. And I'm thankful for the freedom to do it. Thankful for the freedom to do it. Grateful for the freedom to do it. That may be one of my challenges in that this relationship of mine. My need to be free. My need to have my space. Okay. But very grateful for the lessons so far. And then what I did is I just things happened leading up to Monday. I got up and I said, I'm going to go visit my people at the cemetery. They're not where I live, they're into New York, further back into New York. So this is about an hour to ride each way. But okay, all right. Here's a synchronicity. The day I watched that movie, my uncle messaged me and asked me a question about my great grandmother. What was her birthday? And when I went and checked it in Ancestry, it was that date with with her year. But her birthday was the day that I watched that, and I had no idea. And he just reminded me of it by asking me about it, and he didn't realize. He knew it was somewhere around this time because they all know. All my mother's siblings, they are aware, just like all of us are aware of what day my mother's birthday is. This is a narcissistic, whatever. That's a different conversation. Anyway, whatever. But we know the birthdays of the matriarchs in our family. But I didn't remember. I'm so busy caught up in all of this and everything else in my life. So now I'm like, oh my God, okay. So Ashe, this was her me seeing that movie that I have been putting off for 20 years or so, or 30 years, however long ago they made it. I think they made it in 1976, I think. And all of these years, and I've never watched it, but I've heard about it, and people have spoken about it to me and recommended it to me. I just never had a chance to watch it. And on this day, I get a chance to sit down and watch it, and I have this epiphany, I guess, of sorts. And after he texted me, more things kept going up, and that showed me that somehow or another, my grandmother was fixing it. That some way, somebody was going to remind me that it was her birthday. Her birthday. When I spoke to my mother, she says, "Yes, I know that. She's her birthday is the 21st of June, and that's the longest day of the year. For the sun changing over. They said that's something that they always reminded them that. Now, that is interesting because back in December on the 21st, going into the 22nd, I spent the 21st with my divine male. And the next day, I went and bought a new car because I just got this energy. Okay, it's part of my codependency too. Okay, but it is what it is. But I had this burst of energy, and I gone to the city, so I took the train. My car was unreliable at the time, and when you go to Manhattan, there's not a lot of parking that you can get to. Go out to dinner, whatever. So when I get off the train, I walk straight to the car dealership, and I end up buying after other comedy. Keystone cops bullshit. I bought the car, and my car is, oh, the name of the movie is The Daughters of the Dust. I think I put a link actually to that movie on one of your messages, Katrilla. Um, you can check that, but it's called The Daughters of the Dust, and it's on YouTube. Actually, there's a link to it in the reading that I did last week on the 21st. Anything that I did after the 21st, just look at that. That may be all of the last of the love bites, I guess. Yes. So I knew you had watched it. So um as I was saying, I watched it. I spoke about it with my family. I recommended it to family. I recommended it to some of the subscribers who have made comments. I put links to it for everybody. But the name of the car that I bought is Equinox. That is the day, like when this date, this long day that the season changes from one to another is Equinox, and that's the car I bought. So that's a synchronicity to me that my great grandmother's birthday would be that day, and that period of time between December 21st and June 21st, which is 6 months. The evolution, the change that has come about in my life, not culminating, but like being highlighted on that date. That day was her birthday. So what her great granddaughter did is got up off of her behind after making sure that everybody in the family acknowledged her that day, or whenever they go into their inbox and get their little messages, including my mother, my aunts, my uncles, my kids, my grandkids, cousins, everybody, reminding them. I got up on Monday this week and decided to make that trek into the city to find the cemetery and find her grave marker or whatever. She died when I was 16 years old. It's a long time ago. But because we have family Bibles that we keep records in, because we know how to use the internet, and I am ancestry.com and all that other stuff, and the stories, the things that we know about our family, our stories that we tell each other, our common experience apart and together. I was able to her, not only her, but both my grandparents on my mother's side, my grandfather and my grandmother, who are separate. They were divorced years ago. when divorce was not the thing to be doing. But that happened. But I was able to go to each of the, you know, you're thinking even the internet had wrong information. They said that my grandmother was at this cemetery, and no, she wasn't. She was at that cemetery, and it was just craziness. Anyway, I got everybody. I found everybody. I had to go two. I went 2 days in a row, but it was well worth it. And I found them, and so I was able to, explain, write down what the directions would be if you take the train or if you drive, for my cousins and my kids, my grandkids, and we have our own family page. And so if you need to get there, how you would get there, some pictures of it. I spoke to my mother, and we're looking into trying to see if we can get proper headstones there. But I left something there that was from my house as a marker in the interim. Hopefully, they don't get moved. At each of those um, graves that didn't have markers, my grandfather has a mark, of course, with his picture on it, and my step grandmother's picture. So that's easy. It's not easy to find either. But once I figured out, how to tell them how to go, and gave them like landmarks to look for to know that they're going the right way, then they'll be easy to find. But the people at the cemetery were able to give me the information that I needed, and so it satisfied the getting out in nature part that I need to do, because there, there's nothing but trees and bushes and air and flowers, and just, that's a sacred place, you guys. Maybe that's the reason I'm telling you all this. If you need a sacred place, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. If you find it, if there's no parks and there's no places that you can go and find peace, go visit somebody at the cemetery. Go into the cemetery. That's a quiet, sacred place. You can go and you can sit, take a folding chair with you, and set it up and just talk, depending on how your family's memorial is. But there are benches in the cemeteries that I went to. They have benches, places that you can get water. You can jog, you can walk through it. Not to put, I guess this is also saying that we have to get away from that fear that we're being inundated with this zombie nonsense and all this other stuff. There's nothing to be afraid of. And it's information. There are people that want to see the gravestones of their loved ones, but they're too far away. You can join something like a billion graves, I believe it is, or find a grave. Go into the grave, the cemetery, and take pictures and upload them to that site. Maybe that's how you help the community while you're getting in touch with nature, while you're walking around in that sacred space. During the daytime, I'm not telling you to be there after hours. They close around 4 o'clock around here. I ain't telling you to climb over no fences and do no foolishness. I'm talking about going in there like a real person and visiting. And if there's a cemetery near you and you don't know anybody in there, that doesn't make a difference. Like I said, just walk around, because that's nature. There's trees. It's like a park. When you go in, 9 pennies, that's for Oya. When you go in, 9 pennies. When you leave, 9 pennies. That's it. And if, like I said, you have your family member there, if you want to take them something, do it. I Last night I realized that what I did when I went was in a bow, and a bow is like a spell. Unwittingly, not, I don't even know what it was, if I did anything, what it, I gave an offering. I left something for them. I gave them rum. I gave them white rum. I gave them brandy, all the stuff that they like. And I left a windmill for my great grandmother. And a piece of the evergreen tree that grows outside of my house, I brought that too and laid it at each of their grave sites as a remembrance of me and my gratitude for what I have, the stability that I have been able to establish with their help. When they were here in the 3D realm and also in the spirit realm. And being grateful and just feeling like, but last night is when it occurred to me that, you know what? Did you do a spell? Did you leave? Did you what? But just based on, I went with my feelings. I went with my heart. What did I want? What did I feel like I wanted to take to 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 um, to them? And it was a branch of the evergreen tree and a brick from my house. We had built something, we had leftover masonry, and the brick has the name of a company, but whatever. And I took a brick, not to my grandfather's because he's got an established headstone and all that, but I left the brick on my great grandmother's and on my grandmother's with the branch and the rum and the flowers, everything. And I just felt so good. I felt so good. And I, driving home, found my way out, turned off the navigation system. My car is too much. It's like a airplane, a cockpit. I'm getting used to each one of these things. It dings if your signal light has been on too long, but then sometimes it dings when the signal light hasn't been on. I don't understand it. I got to read the book anyway. Like this, I just learn as I go, right? Um, but I felt so empowered. I felt so at peace. And coming home and giving out the information and telling everybody. And so they told me to work with these cards that had been already delivered during this time period, but I never opened them until now. And they told me to work with these cards and to do readings for the divine masculine, divine feminine, and using the cards, the sex tarot, right? These cards here. So that's going to be the next thing that gets brought into, right? But right now, I think that this is nice. This is a good reading. This is information for all of us. This is confirmation and instructions, right? So those of you who are in union, those of you who are in separation, but you're in contact with your twin flame. In other words, you talk to them, maybe not all the time, but regularly. It's not a, it's, it, a lot of time doesn't pass. And you are also talking to one another through telepathy. You may even be having, uh, I think they call it 5D, where you're actually, talking to each other on that plane, being with each other intimately on that plane. If that's your journey, if that's what's going on with you, then these cards were meant for you. And at the bottom of the deck that I just turned over to end this, for the male, the bottom of the deck is number 2. Again, Dionysus, sensuality, the god of sensuality. So that matches with Hathor, goddess of love. So that's at the bottom of the male energy. And for the bottom of the female energy, wow, we had Mary Magdalene, goddess of strength, right? Goddess of strength. would match with Aries, who's the god of battle. So again, mirroring each other in different ways, in different places, in different ways, not necessarily exact opposites, but in different ways, mirroring one another. Sensuality and strength, love in the battles. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So those are the energies that you all are dealing with, but this is also telling me to let you know that even through the battle, the male energy, he still has a passion for you. He's still interested in you sexually. If you were in doubt of that, don't be. Don't be. And even through your challenges here with the divine feminine and the feelings of sexuality and intimacy that you are owning, you're being strong through this. You're learning your work. You're learning how to use your powers to be supportive. All right, this is number one, Mary Magdalene. All right, being supportive. The wind is blowing through my house, and I don't understand why. I don't have. It's crazy. I hear doors opening and closing, but I guess the living room windows open and the bathroom windows open. They're creating some kind of thing. I'll fix it when I'm finished here. Anyway, yes, the this goddess of strength is like the magician, hmm utilizing the tools that she has at her disposal in order to manifest what it is that she wants to have happen in her life, separately and together with the divine masculine. Okay, using your strength in the service of others and showing gratitude from your heart for the lessons of this journey. Ashe, very good. So I'm going to come back. This is getting real long, almost 2 hours, I think, and hour and 45 minutes. Eh, okay. All right. Let's see if we can get something real quick. If they're going to be mad at an hour and 45, they're going to be mad at 2. 4. Okay, we got another 7 here from the sexual tarot, right? What's the name of it? I want to give the people the right credit. Tarot of Sexual Magic, all right, by Laura Twan. This is 7. 7 of Cups, challenges, chalices, cups, choices. Here's this turtle over here in the corner. Slow moving energy, but again, also, that could represent Django again, that turtle. And this gold here, this gold emblem there on her purse, could be Oshun. It's like a map, like the turtle's headed towards it. Oh, those were her jeans that she threw off so quickly while she's engraced in this. So this is some passion. This is the kind of can't even wait to get out your clothes type stuff. Mm. Public display of affection. Okay, so this may be getting to the point in your relationship that this is saying that you all are going to be more open with this. This is going to be coming slowly towards more public displays of affection or acknowledging, hi, Brentley, acknowledging this relationship publicly. That's the seven, and that's matching the seven in the rebirth card here. So it could be not throwing caution to the wind, right? Being open about your feel. It's another seven. The Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. For some of you, this is going to be a secret rendezvous, but a rendezvous nonetheless. Mm. Wow. Wow. Okay, Seven of Cups and Seven of Coins. Fire and Earth. Okay, so could be fire. You could be a fire sign. You could be an earth sign. Your partner could have this in their charts, or you could have these in your charts. This again, seven, rebirth, seven, seven. This is perfection. This is a twin flame journey, and you all are like on high octane with all these here sevens here and twos. Okay, people. They said be careful what you ask for. That's what they just said. Be careful what you ask for. Whatever this is this is that kind of knock you off your feet type sex. This is like some passion going on here when it goes on. Not a lot because we still have a little turtle over here, slow pokey. But whenever it is, whenever it happens, it happens, and when it happens in the way that you both love it. That's the best I can say about this. Something that you all look forward to. This thing gives you all, it drains you, but it also adds to you. It gives you energy to continue. But it's coming to the place where it can't be, it's going to have to come out in the open somehow. That's going to be part of this. Establishing boundaries with other people. As I said, that Nine of Cups came out. So your family, loving your family, but establishing boundaries with them. So maybe you're inviting the family over. It could be some kind of family communication. You're expressing the love that you have to your family. And here's that light there. So maybe you're going to be letting more people know about this relationship. This is that little fan there. Fan is again Oshun, also local. All right, so could be talking about, okay, so cups of water, water sign. All right, so it could be a water sign involved with this relationship. But again, this is talking about it. I get that from the fan, the lantern shedding light on this situation. But again, I think this is about establishing boundaries, but at the same time, being open. Being open. Maybe you're going to start telling close family and friends. Maybe that's what it's saying. And that's a 9. And then we have The Empress, number 3. That fell out. So maybe there's a 3-party situation. And maybe the 2 sevens is talking about these 2 relationships. That might be the same woman in both of those pictures. Who knows? So could be talking about a 3rd-party relationship that has to do with family and boundaries, and 2 separate relationships. One that is love, based on love, and the other one that may be based on material. Again, another situation that we refer to in the negative as a 3-party relationship, but it is also talking about the difference in those 2 energies that leads to hard work or comes from hard work out in the world. Okay. Material wealth gained through hard work by everybody. May have had to step on some things and some people. May have caused a lot of the love to spill out, fall apart. But this was sensuality. This was depending, maybe a codependent relationship on one side of this 3rd-party relationship. And on this one, this slowpoke one, this is fire and sweetness. This is like a treat. So maybe this is a treat that you give yourself every now and then while you're working with this hard, determined, exhausted energy over here. This energy that is exhausted. And this energy is something that treats you, that renews you, that gives you renewed passion, renewed fire. You feel like you can take your time with this relationship because you've already got nothing to lose. There's nothing left here. This is just where you get fed. It's where you feel comfortable. But this is not about being comfortable with this relationship. So this may be the battle. That causes the feminine to have to pull up her strength. But this is the battle maybe that the masculine is getting ready for, or that he's fighting, that keeps him from you, keeps him from the feminine. That's delaying this rebirth. So maybe he feels that he doesn't have to work on this part yet because he's still getting it here. And it's equal. Everything's a 7. So that's all perfect for him. He's good. Mm-hmm. Right, having his cake, knocking over stuff, overspilling, oversharing emotions. Ocean has a lot of different paths, honey bunch. This seven, this maybe talking about the energy that you get from being with each other also. Could be talking about just the energy that you get from being with one another. I don't have my iPad down here, so I'm gonna see if I could see what 777 was. Let's see if I can get it off of this silly phone. Okay, because I'm curious. What does, and I should know that, right? But I don't. And I'm not going to try to remember everything. I got other stuff going on in my brain. So, what 777 meaning? Okay, so 777 as an angel number, it says, I'm attracted to intelligence, a witty sense of humor, an adventurous outlook on life, and spiritual awareness about oneself and the world. Ashe. So these are adventures. These are energies that like adventures, that are getting in touch with their spiritual side. They have a sense of humor. They see the humor in these situations. Okay, and this is three, so it's three sevens. So could be talking about you being able, as a feminine energy, to handle all of this too. That you could be using your energies to straighten this out, to control this. Says here, first of all, repetitive message numbers such as 777 are by no means coincidences, but messages from the universe and your guardian angels or beloved spirit guides. They want to capture your attention because something truly beautiful and awe-inspiring is about to happen or is happening in your life. Okay. First meaning of 777, you're interacting with in perfect synchronicity with the universe. Okay, Ashe. When you understand who you truly are, you work on what's meaningful to you and bring your energy and light to the world. This is what the world needs from you. This is an extremely positive angelic sign. So whenever you see three sevens, remember that your purpose flows from within you, and everything that is unfolding or being revealed to you is part of your purpose. Your new thoughts and ideas will nudge you in the right direction. And when you're doing what you're supposed to do as part of your agreed mission, right? We know that the infinite creator will support you and show you that you are on the right path. If you feel as though if you feel as if something larger is taking you over and using you as an instrument or vessel to fulfill a mission, yes. You may even notice that your health improves, your relationships shift for the better, your finances improve, or more significantly, your heart opens. The affirmation for that is, remember that you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. It's all part of the journey. Also talks about increasing your awareness to know yourself better. Also talks about being ready to practice this new knowledge. So putting your tools into practice. Okay? Like the magician, like the goddess of strength here. using your tools. All right. You've come out of the study zone and you are ready to enter the practice zone. So this is putting your lessons into practical use in your daily life, which is what I started off saying about this reading with these energies. This is going to be about those who are in union. These twin flames are in union or in separation, but in contact with one another. Okay, so that's what this reading was originally going to be about. So that's confirmation of that. Okay, very good. So this again is part of the lesson. Now there was another goalpost that maybe we can get on so that we know. Okay, when you suddenly start to see the angel number 555 after seeing 777 repeatedly, this means that your practice has turned you into a master, an awakened master, fully aware of what's going on within you and outside. This news brings spiritual growth. So start practicing the spiritual lessons that you've learned. Stay focused, humble, and aware of yourself. Remember this: the infinite creator has called you to a purpose and wants you to walk in it. You are ready. All right, so keep working, keep training. You have to have a strong commitment to keep going and to keep moving and being willing to travel to places spiritually and figuratively that you didn't know that you could reach. You may be guided to do something that you have never done before, but you will be willing to listen to your inner voice and trust. So this is definitely an awakening. And so this is, see what this website is so you can read. It's called Willow Soul, WILLOWSOUL. And I get, oh, Willow Soul Heals, HEALS. So that's the site that I got this information from. So you can go and check that yourself, put in the 777, and it'll take you. I don't know if you can see that, but this is the image. 3 reasons why you're seeing 3 sevens. So that'll be your lesson for the day. Give you something to focus on. But you have power, and there's a healing that goes on with you and your partner when you come together in a sexual way, whoever this is. Hopefully YouTube don't shut me down for saying that. But you've mastered that already. I think that's what it's saying, that you've got that part down. You got that part down. If someone's if there's a third party situation, that person's got that down too. They're it's balanced. If you feel like you're being neglected over here, they're neglecting the person over there too. That's what this is saying. You're not getting any better or worse treatment. Don't think you are. If you're in a third party relationship, whatever is happening equally. If you think that you're being ignored, but also if you feel like everything's good, the other person on the other side, they think that everything's good too. That's the camouflage that I was speaking about earlier when I mentioned that maybe Aries has on the camouflage as he goes into battle. He could be a shapeshifter. Yeah. There's a whole different energy that he has when he's not with you. That if you were able to tap into your high priestess energies, perhaps. You maybe get a little bird's eye look of what it's like where he is, just so you can center yourself more and see for yourself. I ain't telling you to go see for yourself. I'm, like physically getting in your car, or getting on the train or the bus or whatever, and go, make yourself. No, no, no. You didn't hear that from me. I'm saying try to see if you could do it in through meditation. Maybe that's an exercise. Just like I didn't know I was doing in a bowl in the, in the graveyard yesterday or the day before. But now I realize, okay, and so maybe I don't need to direct the energy. I don't need to control it. I just need to be grateful. And then they will let everything else fall into place. That's it. Okay. So offering and gratitude that I perform was enough. I don't have to tell them what it is. I'm just being grateful. And so they're going to do what they're going to do. Because I'm not trying to control the outcome. I'm just trying to express my gratitude and my love. See, reasoning these things out with yourself. Get a little piece of paper, write these things down, and think about these things. Keep yourself busy instead of focusing on this. But anyway, folks, let me know how you like this type of reading. Let me know what you think about these cards. So I think what is going to happen is I'll be doing these every so often with these cards, including the Tarot of Sexual Magic. I think that's what I'll do. Combining these with them and letting those be separate readings. Yeah. Mm. As I'm shuffling, which I don't know why I'm still shuffling, here comes number 10 of Cups, and here is number 1, Ace of Swords. So there's some truth, there's some new beginning, some new confidence in yourself. Again, maybe some public communication. All right, maybe being more public about your relationship. And a 10 of Cups again. Not being satisfied with what you have already. Being ready to look at what there is outside of the gate. What awaits you? What's in that golden pot there? Even though there's love that's being offered to you, you're continuing to look further. You're looking outside. You think that there's more. What you might find might cut you. What you might find might hurt you. It might be real sharp. Could also be talking about you looking here and not past the gates. That you are being lured by comforts, by sex and comforts. Someone is luring someone or trying to lure someone to stay. But they may be heading forward. They may be heading out to see what lies ahead. And that may be the truth. Gaining enough control. Gaining control of the situation. Being in control of the situation and of yourself and of your partner. Maybe some control issues going on. Could be that they are dealing with, their karmic may have control issues, and that may be part of what's happening. Why they are wanting to look outside, but being lured back to where they're comfortable. So for some people that may resonate, not for everybody, but there may be someone who that is their situation, someone that's in a third party relationship, and the karmic partners are they represent comfort, they represent stability, they represent everything that they everything that would make your twin comfortable, and it's being offered to them, and they want to walk away from it, but they don't know what they're walking to. They haven't become comfortable with this. Some of them, not all of them. This is just a message separately from this message that came through the cards, that there may be someone who is just not comfortable with this yet. See, I'm shuffling, boundary still keeps coming up. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's put this down for now, and I thank you all for hanging out with me. I'm going to end this stream, see how it if you are interested in a personal reading, you can send an email to pbtarot7@gmail.com. And there's a different price for the twin flame readings. Yes. The twin flame readings are $45. Yes, 45. I believe that's the price that we established. I believe so. But if you go onto my website, you'll see there's a trailer that I put out last week. And the thing is that it says the first thing, I'm grateful that I woke up this morning. If you watch that, the prices for the different services are there. If you want to ask one question, you can go to Instago and ask a question, and I'll give you a real quick 3-card love reading. All right, just let me know if it's a twin flame reading that you're looking for or just a regular romance. Okay, so. But like I said, the easiest thing to do is send an email to pbtarot7@gmail.com. I also take donations through PayPal. I think you can do donations through the live chat also, but I take donations through PayPal, also take payments through PayPal. Okay? And the links will be in the video. Okay? So, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I think these are pretty nice cards, huh? Divine Feminine and Masculine Reunited by CHRISTABEL Jessica, illustrated by DANIELLE NICOLE. Like I said, these came from Australia. These cards cost $45 plus shipping and handling, US. All right, so that was not cheap. And these are the cards that I used today: the Lover's Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. So, and the Tarot Sexual Magic, which I've used before. And the Conjure Spirit Oracle by Kim Dwyer gave us some direction about our heart chakra also. So I'll be talking to you all later. Maybe I'll come back and do another round of this, okay? But let's not make it too long because people lose interest and they complain. All right, so I will be talking to you all very shortly. It's now, I need to get some to eat. It's 2:28. Okay. So we'll see how I feel after I get some to eat. All right. All right, darling. Yes. Learn more about Oshun. Google her and start from there. All right.